Hey, we came out the first evening we were here. Looks like we saw a security patrol or something in one of those van type things that we've read about. We're really not supposed to be here right now, but we're gonna poke around and we'll let you know what we find. Okay, we've just arrived at Camp Hero. We are almost at the radar tower, and we left some of our pygmy slaves here, so I guess we're breaking the rules already. But that's what it's all about. And we found a gaggle of garter snakes. There must have been about 4 or 5 garter snakes, all twisted into one knot. I couldn't get the camera in focus, but suffice to say that I've never seen such a gaggle of snakes. So an interesting harbinger, and we'll check in with you soon. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the access road leading up to the shot that we all see with the water tank and whatnot. And it looks old and creepy. And it's this really beautiful area. It's quite secluded, that's for sure. And so far I don't really feel a whole lot. Who knows, it might be after the fact. Had a weird night last night though. Okay, so we're on our final approach. Okay, we're at the front entrance. And officially the reason for being here is birding. Ornithology, that was my major in college, grad school, yeah, whatever. Says, well, we'll get closer, but I don't think I see any keep out signs. Do you? Nah. Here, if you want, I'll read this. Want me to read this?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
on record right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little narration for the uninitiated. It's hot as hell today. Sweaty, greasy, disgusting. Enough said on that. The United States Air Force established its first radar at MONTAUK-POINT in 1948. In the years that followed, Montauk Air Force Station was home to a variety of surveillance and height-finding radar that guarded the New York City area against a surprise attack by Soviet bombers or missiles. In 1958, Montauk Air Force Station was integrated into the Semi-Automatic Ground Environment, or SAGE, air defense network, which linked the nation's air defenses together. In 1960, the Air Force deployed the new AN/FPS-35 radar to Montauk. It is this giant radar that you see in the park today. The AN/PFS-35 remained operational until 1980, 83 actually. Today, Montauk's AN/FPS-35 is the only intact example of a large frequency diversity radar left in the United States.
So it's been left there for historical purposes. Oh, I see. Because it was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
For historical
that's
purposes.
You want to head up closer?
Okay.
We've run into some deer who are also trespassing, I might add. And we're literally right up against the tower here. I mean, it's not pretty, it's not much to look at, but heck, we're here. It's a long time coming. Still have more to explore, but beautiful place. It feels like a ghost town. And look around a little bit more. We'll get the hell out of here. Alright, this is an electric meter. It doesn't appear that it's in operation, but it's an interesting find. And tough to say how long it's been out of use. I just think this indicates that there are many ticks. Lots of graffiti. This here is right in front of the tower, a gaggle of wires that have all been cut, heavy-duty electrical activity, and then graffiti, and an obvious occult symbol. Just dreadful. Okay, this is a shot right in front of the tower, right underneath it. And let's see if we can find some artifacts. Guess what? We found a door. And whenever you find a door, you have to walk through it, right?
It's only polite.
It's only polite. Let's go.
Because it's open already. Why is this flashlight not operated?
We're inside. We've got a flashlight.
The batteries might be dying.
Batteries are not so good on the flashlight. Can you get a shot of that right over there?
Let's go.
Careful, careful. Just be careful. Oh, you know what? The camera has a little light, a lamp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, can you... This is the back end of the tower. And lots of graffiti back here. Really cute birds making bird noises. And that's a nice little platform to go up and have a look. It's kind of a climb. And I really got the creeps in there. Just felt spooky. But we shall see. After a glass of wine tonight, you know, I think that'll unlock some stuff. We'll have to see though. Hey, and there's some interesting graffiti. Purple-ish. Purple's my favorite color. I like purple. It appears that some ruffians have climbed to the top based on the graffiti. Might be a challenge here, but it's just not wise to return, or not wise to continue climbing to the top of the tower until we've got fresh batteries and another flashlight, so we can live to tell the tale. Okay, there's quite a bit more of the base to see. This is an old decrepit building, not much going on there. More danger, keep off falling objects like what, leaves, you know. And down here is some sort of stone structure. Who knows what it is? I have no idea. Get a better perspective on it in just a moment. Forgive the shaky photography. But before we check that out, this is a burnt out building. More of that do not enter nonsense there. But for this one, we'll take that advice because it's, as you can see, it looks like it was burned down at some point. Local kids, perhaps. Nothing much to do in Montauk but drink and do stuff like that. Okay, more military buildings. And this is a better perspective on that thing. Doesn't look so pretty on film, I'm sure, but it's something. And then here's a manhole to the underground. In a way, you could say that's one of the multiple anuses of the base. The manhole, that is. Okay, here's the same building that was burnt out. This is a front perspective on it. And just to orient things, the radar tower is over here. And now we're headed towards another do not enter sign. Because of course do not enter means enter. Much like an anus. Okay, more trespassing has occurred. We just entered from that gate, shimmied under it, piece of cake. And we're going to explore this building here. Looks real creepy. And we just have to find a way to kind of go across over here. It says off limits, but there isn't a whole lot visible, so there must be something hidden. We'll soon find out. Okay, made it to the edge of this building. Electrical stuff here. And wires. Where's that box? Huh. Okay, that's juvenile. But there's another building. And there's also right here, there's a ladder. And it's a ladder going up. And then there's flooded water here, and there's also reeds and things, but I think that that was an entrance to something underground that was been flooded quite a while ago. So this is the only building that we see here. And we'll poke around a little bit more.
Recording.
Okay, this is battery 112, and there used to be a huge gun here that was in place so that if enemy ships came and approached the U.S. coast, they could fire shells at them from here. Battery 112 reversed is 211. Isn't that interesting? Station 211, Antarctica. Anyway, it says you are now looking at Camp Hero's Battery 112, which was completed on January 24th, 1944. This battery contained two Navy MKM-1 16-inch guns. These are really like 17 or 18. Capable of firing 2,240 pounds of shells more than 25 miles to counter the threat of invasion or of German U-boats targeting ships coming out of New York Harbor. These guns are placed on M4 mounts, which had thick armor and an improved mechanism for handling the ammunition. Following the war's end, the guns and their supporting machinery were dismantled and sold for scrap. So as you can see, the guns were here, and they took them. For what, I don't know. But anyway, fascinating stuff. We're going to go in that direction. Is it good?
Good. I'm recording.
Okay, this is one of the bunkers where they supposedly kept the kids in cages. I don't know if you can hear my voice echoing, but it's fascinating. You hear it's kind of like a metallic echoing. And this is not wood, it's concrete. It's got layers and layers of stuff. There's no way we could get in here. There's a lot of nails sticking out. But somebody went to a lot of trouble to make sure nobody could penetrate this area. But it's got a creepy feel to it. And that's quite fascinating.
That looks like a door.
Why drawn to
Right
creepiness?
there.
I have no idea.
That was
That
maybe
was-
stuck to here.
Torn off, so I think someone had tried to penetrate the area. It's a dreadful word, penetrate. No, there's nothing over here but mud. Well, we think we've explored all the areas, so unless we run into something else, this will just about do it. And perhaps some ensuing instability. I'm just kidding. Okay, we happened upon another part of the facility with a whole lot more buildings. Very lucky. We thought we had seen all there is to see, but after the maintenance area ran into this spot, downtown Camp Hero. The U.S. Army commissioned Camp Hero in May 1942 as a coastal artillery installation to defend against German ships, particularly submarines. We've heard all this stuff before. We're not going to go into the details. It says that the base housed 600 enlisted men and 37 officers and was disguised as a seaside fishing village. The fire control and observation stations, for example, were designed as cottages, complete with artificial wood siding and painted on windows. the gymnasium building in front of you, this looks like the church though, but it says the gymnasium building in front of you was constructed to look like a church. I answered my own question. And let's see, it looked like a church, and it is all that remains of Camp Hero's original downtown. In 1947, the U.S. Army deactivated Camp Hero and its coastal artillery and was subsequently removed. The following year, radar was installed at Camp Hero, and in 1951, part of the base was transferred to the Air Force for an aircraft control and warning station. Okay, and during the 1950s, it was used against Soviet bombers as a last defense. The base was used extensively as live fire training range, and in 1960, the Air Force constructed the radar as part of the nation's air defense network. The Montauk Air Force Station remained active until 1982.
So we've already seen a contradiction in information.
It said 1980. Now it's saying 1982. And it says, always on the alert. Anyway, we're going to start poking around, and we'll be back soon. Looks like a church, doesn't it?
Sure does. Creepy church.
So you get a workout and you can... Okay, so here is another perspective on downtown Camp Hero. This is the tower that we were just in, and I did recover 2 locking mechanisms that were heavily corroded, but brought those back for souvenirs, and hopefully the metal is encoded with the vibration of the place. It may assist in memory retrieval afterwards. And over here we've got many picnic tables, so they're encouraging people to come and sit and be triggered. Trigger station 1, trigger station 2, and so on. And there's the church gymnasium. So as I was saying, you can get religified and get your workout in there and breathing heavy for God. Don't we all? And we're going to check out these buildings. I mean, just dreadful architecture. There's nothing fancy about this place at all, but we just want to feel it. Okay, another shot of downtown Camp Hero. We're standing in this circular area, like a cul-de-sac type thing, and I had read somewhere that this particular circle has some energetic significance. It's some sort of energy center, and this particular spot is the most concentrated. So we're both standing here. I'm feeling tingling in my fingertips, and Mary feels her base of her spine tingling. So there could be something, going on here energetically. Definitely feel something. And once again, just a bunch of random old buildings. We've got damage. If you've seen one, old decrepit building, you've seen them all. So not a whole lot more excitement, but just to finish in this one particular spot is important. Well, we've been walking and walking for about an hour and a half now. This thing has almost turned into the Blair Witch Project. We thought we were just going in circles. It's a huge park. We're exhausted, dehydrated, don't have any food left. We're pretty close to getting out of here, we think. And then we ran into something new. Can't get the door open, but it's some kind of creepy entrance to something. Kind of looks like everything else we saw today, but just a different type of entrance, and obviously some sort of underground area. And pretty neat looking lock there, but it's rusted over. Okay, on to the lighthouse. Okay, we're back at the entrance, and we're proceeding inward. Do our best to keep things from being too shaky, and try to give you some good narrative, but we have to be careful as well. Can I head up the stairs? Yep. Okay, the stairs are this way, right? Watch your feet. Can you put the light down here, baby? I can't see the... Thanks.
Unless you want to go first.
Hmm?
You want to go first and I'll shine the light ahead of you?
Yeah, that's a good idea. careful. One of these stairs up here is not doing so well. Oh, this is the stair right here. It's got a lot of corrosion. Keep the light at the stairs. I think this is where we had found an impediment. We have to just go under it. I wouldn't want to move it or touch it. Alright, if you can see this, can you see this? Can you flash the light here?
Funny.
I don't know what this is.
I see it.
See it?
Oh, where?
A big hunk of.
Oh, yeah.
Probably just leave the pack
You go
here.
around it? No, we're not leaving it back.
Okay, well I have to go under this.
I'll hold it.
Take the camera. Let's play on this thing. I want to get under it.
Okay.
It's I don't know if it's something that'll fall. That's why I don't want to touch it. You know? You can just eat under it.
It's like air conditioning kind of thing. Cooling.
Okay.
Cut.
Give me the light. Camera. Careful, don't go up. Whatever you do, the thing will fall. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. Can you see the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you okay behind me, like that?
Yes. Well,
Want the light? Okay.
okay.
Okay. Be careful. Oh, shit. Okay, more impediments here, be careful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, the stairs continue over here, they're fine.
Almost there.
What's that?
Wow. It's really rusted out.
You want to stop?
No, no.
Sure?
Yeah.
I have to be careful. Okay,
Maybe
this,
if you step on that stair right there.
this foothold's okay. This foothold's okay. This whole, see this? Be careful here.
Yeah.
Seems like it's good. You never know though. Okay. Careful. Let's get to the top and we'll mess around later.
Just making sure there's nothing here.
No, there's nobody there. Okay, that foothold's good. Watch this right here.
Yep, I see.
Oh, I see light. I see light. We're close to the top. Careful.
Oh,
What's up? You alright?
yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. Look at this crap in the way. We can't get around that, can we?
What?
See that?
Oh, yeah.
There's nails and everything.
Golly.
Hey, we went as far as we could, you know? Don't you think? But that's stupid getting around that. As you can see, folks, serious impediment here. Nails sticking out of this thing. Nobody wants tetanus, so.
See, there's no stairs left. They've used it to climb over the stairs.
Oh,
see?
that's right. That's what the kids did. That's too dangerous. We're not stupid. Want to go back down?
Yeah.
Look for artifacts? Okay. Hey, we tried.
Oh, there's a dead bird.
Something?
Dead bird.
Yeah, let's make our way back, alright?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, honey.
I'm sorry. Went as far as we could, and we're being smart.
See how there's no, look above, honey.
Yeah, you're right, yeah,
There's no stairs, and that's
no
what they
stairs at all.
I love it.
Well, they had a whole team of kids, and they had lots of heavy-duty flashlights, so this you can touch, but just watch what I do. Here, don't touch this part here. It's all corroded and rusted. Be careful. Watch your hands. Hold on. Almost done. Let's go. All right. All right. Careful. Oh, well, we're back down. We didn't get a chance to, as you know. Be quite honest, this place really creeps me out. I thought I heard things upstairs. I thought I heard a kind of a baby cry and some other noises, and didn't want to mention, freak anybody out, but we're hoping to go all the way up there, but prudence dictates that we actually return to show you this footage. Otherwise, we take chances and it turns into the Blair Witch Project. So,
That thing. We didn't go over here before.
what's that? Alright folks, we'll check back with you in a minute. Sorry to make you dizzy. You know, right before, about a week before this trip, I emailed Stuart, and I guess I was a bit triggered, but I said I'm going home next week, and I need to know what to do, you know, how to handle it. And curiously enough, we find this graffiti. And can't say I've remembered anything yet, but this place creeps me out. And we've had some weird occurrences both nights we've been here. Just strange dreams. We found blood on the bed, and nobody had any cuts or anything. We have no idea where that blood came from, so a little freaky, but that's the adventure. Okay, an excellent find before we leave for the last time. As you can see, parts of the tower have corroded, rusted, and fallen to the ground. And it's like a patchwork quilt there. So one of these pieces, you can see right here, Very dangerous, of course. Updated tetanus shots are recommended, but we've got a piece of the tower that we're taking out, and talk about having something encoded, with the frequency of the place. Not that that's so much desirable, but there is a purpose to it. So, a piece of the tower. It's a great find, and just a really creepy place. Very nervous in there. I was hearing things. Just wanted to get the hell out of there. I'm not going to try and be a big man and say it wasn't scary. It was just freaky, and I just want to get out of here. I love the feeling of the adrenaline and the fear. It stops time. It makes you feel like the past and the future don't matter, and you're just in that moment. And I think that's what soldiers go through when they get addicted to war and they want to go back, because when you get back to everyday life, your body idol is not matching with everyone else, and you just feel out of place. So the rush is wonderful, but this place also has a creepiness to it. I just want to get out of here. Good.
Okay, so in the bushes, there's this huge metal thing, and I'm going to put Lancey in there for scale of just how huge it is. Here he is.
Looks like a piece of the of an adjoining radio tower, or a radio piece, do you think?
It looks to be about 3/4 of the length. Its length looks to be about 3/4 of the height of the building. And I have this hunch that it may have been attached to the building by these huge bolts. Well, we don't have the bolts, but there's the hole. I have this feeling that it might have been attached to the building where the fire escape looking thing is, but there's no door. Like something that was somewhat of a mini tower of some sort. Why? Who the heck knows?
You're drawn to this piece. You mentioned it yesterday too.
Mm-hmm. The deer like it too.
It's good cover.
They're jungle gym.
Okay, this is where it ends. We're leaving for good, but I just realized something. As we zoom in on the dish itself and those missing pieces of metal. And yesterday I ridiculed this sign here, being the smartass that I am. Danger, keep out falling objects. If a piece of that tower were to fall and hit somebody in the head, I mean a rusty old hunk of metal, I mean you need to go to Grey's Anatomy and get some brain surgery, because you would really be seriously injured. So I guess there is a good reason for that, and something to be learned there. Okay, here's the two pieces of recovered dish material, and obviously you might think, why would somebody want to take something like that with them, with the vibrations encoded in it? It can let off an astral smoke, if you will. I'm very well aware of that, and I've dealt with that stuff with my occult meddling. So I came up with an idea to do a binding ritual which would bind the energies and influence of the material into the material, so it can't travel out and have an effect on thoughts and emotions of anyone around it. So to do a binding ritual, I think would safely tie up and seal in all that energy. Folks, we've just gotten a cab back to Viking Fleet to take our ferry home, and we haven't mentioned anything about our real reason for coming here to anyone, and we just happened to mention it to our cab driver, that we were here for Camp Hero and the Montauk project, and sure enough, he has some very interesting details for us. So if you could pick up with the news story and how the tower had started to rotate on its own.
Yeah, it was something, it was either in '09 or last year in 2010, and it was in one of the local papers. I think it was in the Montauk Sun or Dan's papers, how The radar dish, which has been not functioning for a good at least 30 years now, started moving on its own. And they had said the lighthouse keeper, who keeps watch over the lighthouse and stuff.
Tom, how are you doing for gas in that car, Tom?
He stand by there, Mike. He had noticed that the radar dish had turned about 90 degrees during the night, so he called some people and just let them know that possibly there's something wrong with the structure, and they had started getting the people in order to come out and look at it, and within the next day too, it had
There we go. That's
within the next day too, it had turned about another 90 degrees. So they had all sorts of big names coming out, the Army Corps of Engineers, Manhattan Bridge and Tunnel Authority. People come out in helicopters to rope down to the top of the radar, and they were just checking everything. They broke into the building, which had been sealed up for a long time, and just to check all the nuts, bolts, make sure everything was still fixed to the building, that the dish wasn't, coming loose in the weather. And they found everything was still locked and secure, and they had no reason for the dish to be turning. So they staked out a couple officers down that way. One is a fisherman on the beach, a couple guys camping in Camp Hero, and one guy stayed with the lighthouse keeper in his attic looking out the window. And all the times that the police observed the tower, it never moved. But as soon as they left doing the undercover gig, within a night or two later, it started moving again. And they said everything was secure, so there's no way people up there could have been moving it. Weather wouldn't have turned it or anything, because otherwise it would have turned several times in previous years during the bigger hurricanes and stuff out here. And it eventually come full circle and turned back the way it was normally facing. But they have no reason that this tower should have been turning, especially since, like I said, it hasn't been used in 30, 40 years.
And also, you mentioned that everything was locked down previously. We were lucky enough, everything else, it was sealed up in the whole base, and we happened to walk around the corner and the door to the tower is wide open. So last year, the year before,
it was sealed up when I went in there.
So we wouldn't have been able to penetrate the tower, and we actually gathered an artifact. It's a piece, it's been corroding up there, and a piece of the tower had fallen.
Oh, really?
And we got 2 chunks of the dish itself.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, the frequencies of whatever they were broadcasting through that tower are encoded in the metal. Metal absorbs, so got a lucky artifact there.
Cool.
But what's your name again?
Tom.
Tom, thank you very much for sharing that.